Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be making Suji Ladoo. So in terms of my ingredients, I've got 1.5 cups of white flour, 2 cups of fine suji. I've got 1 cup of icing sugar. You can add more if you want to. We'll be using 1.5 cups of powdered milk. And then we've got cardamom and nutmeg. Nutmeg is optional. I know some people don't like to use nutmeg, especially when they are making prasad. And obviously we'll be making it all in ghee. So in a pan, what I'll do is I'll have my ghee and I'll add my flour in there. Now what we'll do is for flour and suji, we'll be roasting it separately and in slow heat just to cook off the rawness. So add as much ghee as you want and just make sure you keep stirring it. Do it in low heat just so that you don't burn off the flour and it doesn't cook off. You want it to cook off really nicely, turn golden brown, and you want it to you'll know it's cooked once it's become easier to work with. You can see on here, and you'll also it'll start to smell really nice as well. Now this whole process, depending on the quantity you've got and obviously the heat and the utensils you're using, it can take anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. It has taken me about I'd say about 12 to 15 minutes with this, just because I'm doing it in low heat and I want it to roast away really nicely. Awesome. So that's all done. What I do is once it's nicely roasted, I turn off the heat and I just let the heat cook the flour. And then once it's nicely roasted a bit, and then I'll empty it into a basin. And once I've done that, I've cleaned my pot, and then we'll go ahead and roast the suji as well. So I'm using fine suji for this. You can use coarse suji if you want to. Now, if you don't have fine suji, what you can do is you can blend it. So you can grind your suji, and then you can use it. A lot of people use fine suji. If you've got coarse suji, you want to use it, that's fine, but I actually won't suggest using coarse suji. So similar to the flour, you want to roast it in medium to low heat and just keep roasting it until it cooks off. Again, depending on the quantity and the heat and the utensils you're using, the roasting time will vary. Again, it had taken me about 10 to 15 minutes to cook this. Once you start to see a bit of color, that's fine, don't worry about it. Just make sure you keep cooking it, keep stirring it throughout as well. Now once that's all done, put it in a basin. And this is warm right now, so it's not cold, it's not too hot. And what I'll do is I'll mix the roasted flour and the roasted suji all together. Now once that's all done, once that's nicely incorporated, I'll add in my icing sugar. Now if you don't have icing sugar, what you can do is you can take 1 cup of sugar and you can blend that as well. So grind it into a smooth paste, or into a smooth powder, sorry, and you can use that as well. And the reason I'm actually doing it in warm mixture as opposed to cold mixture, it's because with the icing sugar, there's when you add it to your mixture, there will be lumps in that. So with it being warm, it just makes it easier to work with it. So just make sure with the back of your spoon, you're breaking down any lumps there is. Once that's nicely incorporated, you'll see I keep on mixing it. We'll add in our powdered milk. Now with powdered milk and sugar, it's all according to taste. We don't prefer it too sweet, but if you like it a bit sweeter, you can add more sugar in that. So I've added my powdered milk in there, and similar to the icing sugar, I'll give it a nice mix. So I've grated about 1.5 nutmegs in there, and I've added cardamom according to taste. Now what I do with the mixture is once I've mixed it, I just give it a quick smell just to see if I'm getting the cardamom and the nutmeg smell according to my satisfaction. If I don't, I add more. If I do, then I obviously don't add more. So what you want to do is you want to make sure you give it a nice mix, and that's your mixture ready. So that's ready for your suji ladoo is ready. So what you want to do now is you'll want to form it in little balls or ladoos, right? So what I do is I take bits of like half sections of the suji ladoo and I add ghee to that. The more ghee you put the easier it becomes for you to make the laddu. Don't put too much so that it becomes really soft and it becomes a bit harder to do the ball. Now in terms of the balls, it really depends on how big you want it and that. So I prefer my laddu medium size, so I don't like it too small and I don't like it too big. So this entire mixture actually helped me make about 80 laddus. So you can again change it if you want a smaller quantity. You can obviously change your recipe according to the quantity you want. So this does take a little while to make, just because it is a dry mix and you want to keep on adding ghee to this, and you want to keep on making the laddu. Now if you don't have powdered milk, right, and you don't have a lot of ghee, that's fine, because what you can use for this stage is you can also use condensed milk. So don't add in the powdered milk, just use the condensed milk to make the balls. Alright, so that's all done and that's looking really nice. Now if you like my channel, if you like my recipe, feel free to share, like and subscribe, and I'll post more recipes. Okay, take care guys, bye.